And moving on to other top news stories, as a crackdown on terror continues in Jammu and Kashmir, Operation Sujaligala has now entered day 2. One suspected Pakistani terrorist and an army soldier were killed in a gunfight during an ongoing search operation in a remote village in Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir. Joining me now is my colleague Gursimran, who's covering this story. And Gursimran, it's over to you to take us through what's happening. And it's day 2 of Sujaligala, and we believe that there has been one soldier martyred from our side. Over to you for more details.
In the ongoing encounter that has taken place in the Rajouri, and now you will see that the deployment of the Indian Army, the heavy deployment that is we are showing without going into the operational details. We are not divulging any operational details, but you will see that the troops of the Indian Army as well as the special dog units have been looped in. These are the special dog units that are capable to trace the terrorist as well as explosive. We know yesterday that the Kent, the dog, the female dog of the Indian Army attained martyrdom while saving the army jawan from the UBGL fire by the terrorist side, and it made the supreme sacrifice. Now more and more dogs from the dog squad of the Indian Army, they have been called in for the operation because this is tactically very challenging operation. You will see that the special forces of the Indian Army too have been inducted in the ongoing operation, and so does this the Indian Army's Raष्ट्रीय Rifles and the Special Operations Group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. I'll request Sarjeevan to show you this way that how dense this area is. Rains are taking place. There is a dense fog that has covered the entire area, and that's why it is becoming really very challenging for the security forces to carry out the operation. This is the general area, Khwas and the Narla Bambal area where the operation is taking place, and I will request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals of the encounter place where the encounter is underway. That is hardly few meters from this very area, and without showing the operational details, we are showing you that the operation is underway where one Pakistani terrorist has been killed while the operation is underway to neutralize the other terrorists that are still in the area. Yes.
Right, and meanwhile, when we talk about, how are security forces viewing, the process of this particular operation, because it's a major crackdown on terror, even as, the winter is coming by. This is the most crucial time, in a way, Gursimran.
Yes, this is one of the crucial time, and it is pertinent to mention that a total of 23 terrorists have been neutralized by the security forces in last couple of months when it comes to the area of the Rajouri Poonch, because the terrorists are trying to revive the terrorism in this very area. And if you see this very area, this has been a traditional route of infiltration where the terrorists used to come from the line of control from the Pakistani side, and then they used to infiltrate into the hinterland using this very area, and that's why this is a second encounter that is happening in the general area of Khwas and Narla Bambal. So this is one of the toughest area because if we talk of the weather of Jammu region, at present this is considered as a summer season. The winters have not arrived yet, but the weather here is totally jam-packed. Even the drones, the choppers, they cannot fly from this very place due to the dense fog and the rainy conditions that are pertaining, and that's why it is really very challenging for the security forces to neutralize the terrorists that are still alive in the area. They are trying to ensure that those terrorists, those who are still alive, are neutralized at an earliest. Yes.
Gursimran, many thanks for joining us there and for giving us that live update from Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir, where Operation Sujaligala is currently underway. It's day 2 of this massive anti-terror operation. As forces intensify anti-terror ops in Jammu and Kashmir, a terrorist was gunned down after hours of heavy firing between the forces and the group of terrorists. A jawan was martyred on the line of duty. 3 others were injured critically. As the country salutes the bravery of our soldiers, here's a report on one such unseen hero and his unparalleled courage.
At around 3 p.m., forces launched Operation Sujaligala in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri. Acting on a tip-off, as security forces encircled the area, on target was a group of on-the-run terrorists. And at the forefront of Operation Sojaligala was an army dog, Kent. A 6-year-old female Labrador of the 21 Army Dog Unit led a column of soldiers on the trail. As army jawans closed in on the terrorists, gunshots soon washed out in silence in the otherwise calm Peer Panjir Valley. Battling the heavy firing and shielding its handler from the enemy, Kent laid down her life fighting for the country. It was for the bravery of Kent and our jawans that a terrorist was gunned down in the operation. An army jawan was martyred in the line of duty, while 3 others critically injured. As forces continue to crack down on terrorists, it is the courage of Army Dog Kent and the likes that will be remembered. It is the bravery of our unseen heroes that the country salutes. This nation is forever indebted to the bravery and heroics of our jawans and the canine hero, Kent. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Coming up after a very short break, under arrest for multi-crore corruption scam, Andhra Pradesh High Court to hear Chandrababu Naidu's plea.